get your lazy asses out of that chair and stand up for the stuff.
So I honestly have no idea why I wrestle. I get beat up all the time. And, you know, quite frankly, it's something that, like I mentioned earlier, it's a lot of hard work and a lot of hours spent doing, you know what I mean, what you love, but maybe not getting rewarded for it. So I don't know why I do this anymore.
There's a lot of the stuff that happens on the road, and it's not all good. You're gonna be driving hundreds of miles for $25 paydays. You're gonna be losing money. You'll be working a full-time job to afford your wrestling habit. I watch a lot of stand-up comedy, listen to like comedy podcasts, and a big saying among comedians is that for the first 10 years of your career, you won't make any money. I found that out to be very true with wrestling.
You're dead!
It takes a lot of time and dedication. I trained for 8 months before I had my first match. An 8-month commitment before like really doing the thing for a lot of people seems like a long time. And some people get it quicker. Everyone learns at their own pace. But for me, it was 8 months. I've been doing this for 7.5, going on 8 years now. And there's so much time and money and energy, emotional, physical energy that I've exerted into pro wrestling, wanting to be great at it. And I don't regret it at all, but it really does take a toll on you if you're not prepared for that kind of obstacle.
We're just like normal human beings. We still work regular 9-to-5s like the blue-collar American.
He is just too slick, Ryan Zuko!
Shut up! Shut up!
And we're sort of like weekend warriors for wrestling. So, for example, like I'll work my my Monday through Thursday job, and then I'll have a show Friday, a show Saturday, and then a show Sunday, and then we're right back to work.
But I think I do it because, like, I still kind of am connected to the child of, like, the child self version of me, you know what I mean? So do something that, like, little old me would be proud of is, like, really important.
Oh!
I'm still chasing that dream that I had that I was 9 years old of traveling the world, still doing front flips, telling that little kid that I did it. I think that's what I'm chasing.
And I think that every day, like, you know what I mean, I do get the chance to do this, and it is a blessing to do this and be able to perform. So you gotta remember that and also kind of take that into account.
I don't really wrestle for me anymore, to be honest with you. I wrestle for my community. There's so many people that love and support me and love what I do. It would be a disservice to the people who have put me on and what got me here for me to stop. I already quit once. My grandmother passed away in 2016, and that devastated me. That broke my heart. I walked away from this for like 2 years. And then 2018, 2019, I found my home. I came back here, I started grinding, started pushing. Now I'm one of the top black wrestlers in the world, and like nobody can take that away from me.
Why can't you handle him, huh? Oh God! Wait!
I wrestle because pro wrestling is what saved me. Whenever I felt like I was an outcast, I didn't have any friends, I didn't really have any family to turn to, I didn't really have anybody in my life, pro wrestling was there. I could easily turn on the TV or YouTube clips or DVDs or whatever it may be, and it was always there. Even at the lowest points in life, pro wrestling was there. And it helped me out of a lot of dark times, and it helped give me a reason and a purpose to push. At the end of the day, it's what we love to do. And whether it's in front of 50 people or 50,000 people, being able to perform in front of people that were like me at one point in time. People that maybe their aspirations are to be pro wrestlers as well. If I can inspire one person like all of my heroes did me, I call that a pretty good career.
Why do I wrestle? A question I ask myself when I get out of bed every morning.
It's the most fulfilling thing that I think I've ever done outside of starting a family. I love wrestling. I wake up, I think about this, I'm at my job that I can now do without thinking, so that I can think about wrestling and think about ways to improve and think about like things I can do to make myself better. I can think of things to do that'll be better for my students. Like, wrestling is all consuming in my life, and I'm lucky and I'm blessed to have a family that understands the passion and supports the passion. And I feel like you can have one or the other, but unless you have both, like, it's rough on the family. And I know it is because I've seen what it's put them through, but since they both understand and support it, it doesn't get any better than that.
Why do I wrestle? I wrestle because I believe that I can, put smiles on people's faces and make people laugh, and that's what I want to do in my time in wrestling. I can actually make people, feel comfortable with me being goofy in the ring, or just, call them by my day, just ask how they are and stuff like that. So that's the reason why I wrestle, is because I want to give people happiness from my wrestling. I want my story to uplift them. I want my story to motivate them. I want my story to elevate them. I want them to, just stay happy as long as they can, because that's what I want to give from wrestling.
The punk rock prima donna, the madam of the house, the South's gay gatekeeper, and that bitch, mommy if you want it, daddy if you need it. The erotic nightmare, hot rod, Noah Van.
When I was younger, I wrestled because I had something to prove to myself. I wrestled because I was a very insecure young person who wanted to prove that they belonged somewhere and wanted to find where it was that I belonged. I think I wrestle now because when I look behind me over the past 10 years, I see groups of people who I didn't know were paying attention to me that need somebody to serve as an example.
Hey, Amanda. You like baking?
I think I wrestle now out of a mixture of obligation and a sheer rebellious energy, because I want to prove that people like me can do it, can be successful, and that if anybody ever says that you can't because you're queer, because you're a POC, because you're skinny, because you're fat, because you're tall, because you're short, they can eat a dick and die. Because you can do anything that you have the determination to. Because if I can exist in this with my big ass mouth, anybody can.
It is the only thing I've ever wanted to. Other than my wife, because she will probably see this. It is the only thing that I feel gives me meaning. This is my escape. As much as it's the fans' escape from everyday life, this is my escape.
I do it because every time I step in this ring, I feel like it's like this barrier for all the outside shit that's outside the ring. It doesn't let it penetrate my head no more. And then we're able to give that feeling to other people too. They're able to absorb themselves with what's happening in front of them, and that's a very powerful thing to me. And being able to give that power to other people is something that's very important to me too.
And I come to the conclusion that we're missing something.
no matter how you look at it, something's wrong. It's mind-boggling.
I'm looking at the numbers here.